Welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We're here today for the Esports Tower Rumble, where talented all-star teams of Esports Tower compete every 2 weeks in a standalone tournament. Tonight, we kick off week 4 of the fall group stage. I'm your host, Jacob Jem Palmer. Helping me call the action is Michael Fish Fisher. Fish, let me start you out with this question. Numerous players are playing with new rosters this week. Players being moved from different divisions in Esports Tower clubs. So I think this is a kind of a very almost volatile mix, if you will. We have so many very individually high-ranked players. The question is, how are they going to play with their teammates if everything's being shuffled around?
No, that is a fantastic question, Jem, and that is something that the Esports Tower in the past has done a really, really good job of. Every single time we've seen a team maybe step away, get some extra coaching, maybe change up the rosters. I know they have some divisions within the Esports Tower as well. Players get promoted for their play that we don't see. I think they do a really good job, so I'm very curious to see. I mean, of course, we obviously have the usual suspects. We want to actually see this weekend sort of like the Ghosts, the Barracudas, so very curious what's going to be concocted in the Esports Tower lab of new teams. I know there's some teams we might recognize, teams we haven't seen for a while, so I think you bring up a good question. I trust the Esports Tower, though, Jem. I think they're going to create some very good combinations, and I've also been told we're having some teams that are outside the Esports Tower that are sort of, this is their trial for the Esports Tower. That's going to always be interesting to see how those teams play with each other when they're basically on a tryout to get into the Esports Tower.
Well, the Esports Tower Rumble is getting ready to start. Of course, this is the first week of the Rumble. We have kind of broken up into 2 stages. This is going to be the group stage, so each of the teams are going to be fighting for a good position in the bracketed stage, which will be next week. Before we get into the group trials, however, we are going to go to Doc's Keys to the Game to give these players some tips on how they can do their best. And in Rocket League for Doc's Keys to the Game, it's going to be create mistakes, punish the overcommit, don't overstay, and bump and demo to disrupt. Those are Doc's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Esports Tower. You can improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. So now we're ready to head into a quick kicking things off tonight with a Group A recap of a match between the Galaxy and the Esports Tower Eagles. Group A is very stacked this week, so we're starting off with a good showing in the first game. It's going to be very important for both these rosters. These teams were very evenly matched, and both are having a great showing to start off the group stage.
Yeah, the Galaxy, one of those teams I talked about that are sort of on that trial period with the Esports Tower, sort of their first look at some of these players, so I'm very curious to see how they'll perform. The Eagles are a sneaky team as we see them put a goal in there to even it up. And in this recap, this is a team that gave the Barracudas a run for their money, gave the Ghosts a run for their money, couldn't quite get the job done, but those are some of the upper echelon Esports Tower teams. So I expect big things from the Eagles this week. I feel like they can play with the best of teams, and sometimes I think they maybe play down with some of the lowercase teams. As you see here, it's 2-2 right now in our final 30 seconds. But this Eagles team I expect to be very strong here tonight, Jem.
And this sort of demonstrates kind of a little bit of a change in the mentality that we've had with Esports Tower. In the past semesters, it's been, you know, if we have a new team, we like to see how they're doing, and then we see them gradually improve over the weeks and with each individual Rumble. But now it's like the teams are entering have such high individual skill levels that they're just instantly ready to go up against the top teams from Esports Tower. So it's very exciting kind of having all of this new talent be brought in here.
Yeah, and we actually did just see there, we get a fun little recap. We see the Galaxies did win 2-0 for the Eagles. GA Baby actually was a member we saw a lot last week as we hop into our second recap here with the Gators and the Vipers.
Jumping into Group B of a close match between the Vipers and the Gators. The Vipers are already up 1-0 in this series and look to start the group stage strong with a 2-0 win right here. Vipers have improved a lot over the past few weeks and have had some really strong showings. All of these teams are looking for a chance to play in the Cup games next week for prizes and bragging rights.
This Gators is another team. The Gators and Eagles started at the same time right around the beginning of this semester, so very going to be a great job to get more of a look at them. Though it looks like the Vipers maybe going to pull away in this series, but there's some names that I recognize. You mentioned at the start, Jim, we're getting a different roster. I mean, Jockstrap, a player we've seen quite a bit of in the Esports Tower on this Vipers team, so we're going to have some names I think we're used to seeing on some different teams, so I'm really curious to see how with new teammates they're going to play, because I know Jockstrap is a very talented individual player, so is GA Baby, who we saw in our last recap game. I'm very curious to see how they do in different settings.
Well, it looks like right now the Vipers are having no trouble getting a win against the Gators here. I don't really see how the Gators can really mount any sort of comeback here, but really 2-0 doesn't really capture the Gators, at least putting up a decent performance against the Vipers. So I'm going to be looking forward to how they do in the future. In fact, we are not going to have to wait long to find out how the Gators will do in the future, because our highlight match is going to be Mammoths versus Gators.
Yeah, we have not seen the Mammoths in a few weeks. They kind of fall into that category of team who has had some bright spots, had some low spots, but you give them a couple weeks of Esports Tower coaching, I expect them to be very strong, and I'm excited to see our first look at the Gators. We saw them, I think, maybe in our first Rumble. They took a few weeks off, so very curious to see how this new team will perform in our highlight match. Get a chance to take a look at one of the games from this series here. All these series, best of 3, so I'm very excited to see how this will go.
Let's get into our first highlight match of the night with the Mammoths versus the Gators in a round 2 matchup. The Mammoths have been a consistent finisher in the last few weeks. They've been working hard on improving together as a team. While the Gators are looking to have a strong week after falling short in their cup match last week. This game is going to be a close one. Let's get right into it.
The Gators take a nice shot on goal there, turned away by the Mammoths defensively, now trying to look to push this ball up the field, but he doesn't have a teammate there, just going to kind of let it roll on net. Oh my goodness, nearly an own goal for the Gators.
Right now, there's going to be another shot there. Unfortunate positioning there, it looks like, for the Mammoths, as the Gators are going to be the first ones to win. And now this kickoff is going to go ever so slightly in the favor of the Gators as the Mammoths look to get a little bit of time to think of their next move. It's going to be driven up the side of the field. Not going to be able to find the centering, though, so it gets pushed back up to midfield. Nice play there by the Mammoths, stopping that drive, and going to go up the wall here. But look out, here come the Gators again, although it's going to fly right over one of their members, forcing them back to defense.
Protato looking to make a play for the Mammoths, gets stolen away by Ender there. Now a great chance here for Protato and company, going to set it up high off the net. Oh, nobody there. Follow up here from Ender now, a great opportunity, but that one will be turned away. And a huge clear by the Gators is going to give them some breathing room.
Hawker trying to center it up isn't going to be successful in that. So now it is going to have the Mammoths' turn to try to drive it over to the side. Still in midfield, bounces past some of them. Here goes Protato, though, with the shot on goal just off the left post. Follow-up there from a teammate isn't going to find a goal. They are now maintaining a lot of great side control here. But there you're not. Protato's just going to wait for a little bit to make sure it doesn't get cleared. It's just going to keep maintaining some side control and hopefully get a shot here soon.
Ooh, whiff there, but Hugabear's going to have it, but a great steal. It's a one-on-one open net opportunity where Protato stops that one. Another chance here for the Gators, but they both retreat. Playing very passive here. Now Protato looking to set one up. No rebound denial. Huge chance here, but it's turned away by the goalie for the Gators.
Now it's going to be driven up. Hogbear there is going to stop it, and we have a demo, actually. That's going to be a quick respawn, though, for the Mammoths, just in time for them to stop that centering pass. And now it looks like it's going to be Hogbear elevating up, isn't able to win the 50-50 with Hawker. It's going to go over to the side of the field. Another demo, though, this time on to the Gators. So here go the Mammoths' chance to try to gain some sort of momentum back. Protato isn't going to be able to stop the momentum there. He's going to be driven to the other side of the field as Fiery goes past the ball, whiffs that one, leaving it up for the Mammoths to try to clear here. Hogbear is going to chase the ball up the field. We'll see if they can't get a goal.
Oh, they've got Ender over in the corner. Protato got a great opportunity, looking for a rebound to themselves. Just can't find it, but Hugabear with a great lob on net puts it in, and we've got ourselves a 1-1 game.
Hodgebear with a great play there, equalizing it up for the Gators and Mammoths. We have a tied game now, and looks like here another shot is going to go off the backboard. Follow-up from Protato is not going to find it, but he demos the goalie. The goalie is going to respawn there, but that follow-up was just a little bit wonky in its aim. A great effort, but no goal.
I don't know how that ball didn't go in. It looked like that goalie made a stop at the goal line. Now Haji Bear looking to center this one up. Not quite able to, though. Ender's going to elevate. Just a lob on net. Causes a huge double commit. The goal's wide open. Can they get the follow-up? They can. The Mammoths take the lead with 90 seconds.
Well, both of these teams have a lot of individual talent, have been working on bringing it together as a full team. And right now, Taco is actually going to get the better of that kickoff there. Going to head right very high up to the goal, so no follow-up can be made there. It's going to give the Mammoth a chance to clear here as Potato chases the ball over to the corner, is going to steal it away there and push it past the midfield goal, force the Gators to rotate back here. Now here they're on the counterattack here. Potato once again has been stopping. He's been doing some great defensive work here. Now picking up the boost again. He is full on boost, ready to make a play, but Taco is going to stop it right there.
Huge clear. Ooh, Ender has to make a fantastic bicycle save of Potato with a huge clear down to the corner. Going to try and look for a teammate. Ends up peeling off and getting demoed, and the Gators going to have about 38 seconds here, but they can't find a clear. Chance for the Mammoths to extend the lead and really put this game away. Oh, right in front of the net. The shot just barely bounces off the crossbar.
Hodge Bear with some great mid-air dribbling. He's going to set it up. It goes right in front. How is that not? Okay, it was just a matter of time there, but wow. Okay.
That was crazy.
I mean, that looked like it might have been a Rule 1 had the soccer ball not been between them.
That was wild. I don't know how that ball didn't go in. Eventually goes in. The Mammoths are going to take the 3-1 lead. See at the bottom there, they will win the series 2-0, but my goodness, that game was wild, Jem, especially that goal at the very end there. So, I mean, I think this 3-1 scoreline is a bit, doesn't quite indicate how close those teams actually were.
Well, a great job there, too. The Mammoths, looks like the Gators still are just trying to find their groove, but we'll see how they do in the rest of the group stage. Might still get into the bracket. Still too early to see right now, but we wish them luck going forward. Now, we get into another one of the teams that we saw a little bit earlier. It's going to be the Vipers, which is a team that we know of, but kind of following all of the new talent that's entering. They're going to be going up against the Aerials for a best-of-3 series that we will cover in full. So let's get into it as soon as we can. I don't really know how to judge the Aerials here since we haven't seen them as a team, but there might be some team members on their team that might have gotten shuffled around, so we'll just have to see how this turns out.
I think the Aerials also kind of fall in that category of teams that have players that have competed in Rumbles, also have some players maybe trialing for Rumbles. We will have to see as they get a huge lob from the Vipers, looking for the finish, but it's wide of the net. Huge mistake there for the Vipers, but we'll see if Jocktrot Company can recover. Ball lobbed down into the corner. Oh, nice bump out of the way, but a huge demo in front of the net is going to stop anything the Vipers wanted to do.
Well, on the side of the Vipers, it looks like Jockstrot is going to be filling in for this team this week, playing alongside Kanzaki and a Bagel. Vipers have made a real chance of going to the top of the standings this week. They just play at the level that we know they can. Right now for the Aerials, Primes is subbing in for this roster in the Rumble this week, as well as Pink Boy stood out in practice leading up to the Rumble. He's been super involved in his team, and the coaches have put a lot into him improving, so we'll just have to see how both of these rosters shake out here.
So far, the Vipers have had a lot of pressure and a lot of opportunities, just haven't been able to convert. They're going to get another great chance here, right in front of the net. Aerials not quite able to find it. Jockstrot now going to try one more time, but a fantastic save there. Ball still in a dangerous spot. Couple of misses there. The Aerials barely able to hold on and get this ball out of their own end.
Inkboy just seemed to be struggling with the soccer ball there, and it's going to be a nice shot toward the left post, just a little bit too far to the left. Isn't going to be able to find it. The Bagel now is trying to set up for the follow-up there. Nice shot again, saved by Pinkboy there. Some great defense so far from the Aerials, but they need to turn that into some sort of clear to try to get all of these. Oh, that's unfortunate.
That is, you said, that is very unfortunate. Jockstrot will get credited for the goal, but just an unfortunate touch there by one of the Aerials members. Put that in on their own net. Bagel, another name that we've seen quite a bit of, and I'm very excited to see how they'll do on this new look Vipers team. See what they are able to contribute as we get another attempt on the back of the net, but it's not going to be close enough. Mischief looking to dribble this one out. Stopped right in front by Jockstrot. Wide open net here, but another fantastic save by this Aerials defense.
Now the Aerials have managed to get it clear. It's going to be stopped, though, by Jockstrot. They are not going to live that victory for a long time here as the counterattack. Mischief is going to stop it right there, drive it back to midfield. Pink Boy following him. Now he is able to center it, but the follow-up is denied by Bagel. And the ball heads back over to the Aerials goal along with a demo at that. Looks like Mischief has respawned off of that demo. Heads over to the other side of the field as Bone now is going to be looking to set it up. Isn't able to elevate up high enough, so it's going to be Jockstrot trying to pick up the slack. Mischief with a nice little tap off to the corner is going to stop a goal for the next few seconds.
Oh, great clear there by the Aerials. An opportunity to maybe even this game. And a couple of mistakes able to be capitalized. Oh, huge pinch there from the Vipers. Ball going to ricochet very close to the net. Looks like that one will be turned away by a couple members of the Aerials. Great touch here. Okay, this boost trail sounds like my phone is ringing. It keeps throwing me off there. I'm like, I look at my phone, but it's the boost trail. Whoever for the Aerials, maybe you're trying to distract your opponent, but it doesn't work as the Vipers get a second goal.
I mean, maybe they tried to find the one that sounds most like a Discord notification.
It's something. It sounds like a Discord phone call, honestly. I keep being like, what is happening? My phone is in my lap right now. But luckily, it's no one calling me. We'll see if the Aerials are able to turn things around.
Ooh, and a demo is heading out onto Pink Boy there. It actually gives the Vipers a little bit of time to stop the ball. It looks like one of them, Stern Turtle there, is going to be able to go right side up again, though. Here goes Jockstrot waiting in the goal for some defense. It's going to be up to Bone here to clear it. Looks like he is able to do it playing around the Aerials. Might be able to score a goal here on his own follow-up. Isn't going to be able to do it. And Pink Boy is going to drive it around the corner. Stopped by Jockstrot toward the goal again. Saved by Mischief. And the Vipers are pretty unrelenting.
This boost trail keeps throwing me off. There it is again. I cannot handle this. I almost want the Vipers to win. Nothing against the Aerials. I think this is Pink Boy. You're just throwing me off. This Jockstrot's going to come in, gets a nice touch on the ball. Looking for a center. Got Clumbone there. Oh, Clumbone steals it away. And Climb One not able to keep this ball on the side of the Vipers field. They're going to have to now retreat. Mischief, great opportunity for a solo goal, but turned away by Climb One.
20 seconds left in the match. It isn't out of the question for the Aerials, but it would have to happen right now, and then they would have to get one right off the kickoff. As long as the Vipers are in possession of the ball and can run out the timer, I think this is going to be it. Vipers winning that first round are going to be going into round 2 match point. Certainly look to be one of the top teams. Isn't going to make a difference, though, but a little bit of excitement at the end nonetheless.
Yeah, I think that roster, Bagel and Jockstrot, is very strong, Jim. Climb One also, I think, had a lot of great setups and a great goal there as well. I thought the Vipers probably feel like they left a few goals on the board. I felt like that ball was on the orange side a ton. I mean, side control's a metric we like to talk about all the time here at Boise State. It felt like it was always in the Vipers' favor, maybe like 85-15. So the Aerials just a really solid defense, honestly. They should be happy that game was like 6 or 7-0. They had some fantastic saves.
It seems like the team, the Aerials, are working most on individual mechanics and team communication with their coaches. I hear that they think that's their weakest point right now, so they want to work on those call-outs and just trying to work a little bit better as a team, get those rotations cleaned up. They'll have plenty of time to do that. Maybe it's just because they're distracted, too, by the sound of Pink Boy Blues Boost. It's hard to maybe work as a team when you're hearing that in your ear every few seconds.
If that was my teammate, I would be like, if you don't change that, I'm going to play with no game sound on. And I'm going to mute everything because that is just hilarious to me. We'll see if they can turn it around, see if that communication and there it is again. Maybe they're trying to throw the other team off. It worked there at the start as Jockstrot. It's a great dribble, trying to set up Bagel there, but it is going to be stolen away. That is Pink Boy Blue with that absolutely fantastic and absolutely hilarious boost trail there.
Jockstrot now is going to be looking to make the better play there. It's going to get stolen away by Mischief. But Climb One there is able to stop any sort of offense from the Aerials. They're going to be setting it up now right in front. He was just, looked like he was trying to be his own follow-up there. The other teammates being patient, waiting for their opportunity here. There goes Bagel pushing it over to Pink Boy there. Demo is going to go onto the Aerials, but actually good enough of a clear that they're able to buy some time to respawn from that demo. But the Vipers are quickly closing in.
I think like the Aerials did get a defensive demo off screen, so they left in a 2v3, denied that awesome goal-scoring opportunity. see if the Aerials can set one up. Oh, a great rebound here. Trying to pass it back to a teammate, but unfortunately no one is there. And now the ball back on the orange side. That one's stolen away by Mischief. Here comes Pink Boy Blue racing up with their teammate as well. On to the orange side. Mischief gonna launch a shot down right in front of the net. It's wide open. And the Aerials strike first here.
Wow, really good job there by the Aerials. They're gonna get the early lead, especially since they've struggled so much for side control that getting any sort of goal off of kind of the precious few seconds they have when they're in the Vipers' territory is huge. If they can just maintain that great defense that we saw in Game 1, then they're going to have a real good chance of driving this to a Game 3.
Ooh, Kid nearly gets it past the last member of the Vipers there, but Jockstrap able to recover. Jockstrap sees an open net. The Kid makes a fantastic save. Jockstrap not done yet, though. A second attempt. Does he have one more? No, he does not. He'll finally be forced to retreat.
Now it's back for the Vipers. It's going to be Jockstrap with some air dribble.
Oh,
great
wow.
play from Bagel there. That is just so beautiful. That's just individual skill.
Yeah, that was a fantastic goal, as you mentioned. Bagel with just the lineup. That is one thing I've noticed here for the Aerials. Just a little bit, they've left their goal wide open, almost trying to bait the Vipers into taking a shot and hopefully missing. So as we talked about, working on their individual mechanics, working on their communication. Cannot have that as Jockstrap with a snipe from midfield immediately puts the Vipers back on front.
And I don't know, but it seems like, oh, that's quite a kickoff there for the Aerials, but just a little bit to the left. Isn't going to score off of it. Pass over to Climb One is actually knocked out of the way by Pink Boy Blue. He has a chance here as he demos Bagel. It's wide open. Oh, okay. At least they scored that. That would have been the most disheartening miss if that did not go in, because Pink Boy set that up so perfectly.
Yeah, the demo right on the goalie, kind of let that ball slow roll in. Jockstrap had saved it, though. You mentioned demoralizing. That would have been a fantastic save. Ooh, we get a bump out of the way onto Bagel from Climb One. Got to be careful there. The Aerials showing maybe the most fight they've ever shown. And really strong performance here in Game 2. But as I say that, the Vipers flip the script. They get another double commit, but it's Jockstrap from the corner. A great save by Kid. Spikes it down, but behind his teammate. Got to be careful if you're the Vipers. That is a risky back pass to be taking there. Luckily, a double commit from the Aerials costs them.
Now there goes a great clear back toward the Vipers' goal. Bagel is going to knock it off to the side. Keep the boost away from the Aerials as well. Now goes back over to Jockstrap again. Is going to try another corner push here. He doesn't have that much boost, but he passes it over to Climb. There goes Pink Boy there, trying to get the clear back of his own. He's going to run right into the Vipers, though, at full boost, so that isn't going to work out. Jockstrap now is trying to pass it back over to, it looks like Climb is going to be the one rotating in to take control. Isn't able to do it, though. Pink Boy is doing a great job here, just kind of stopping any sort of clear from the Vipers.
Oh, Jockstrap with an opportunity to give his team the lead, and he does it from midfield. Minute on the clock. Jockstrap gets his second, and the Vipers with a slim lead here in the final moments, Jim. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, here we go, last minute.
Last minute?
I don't have that much to say. Keep moving on with your thoughts.
Well, let's see what the Aerials can do. They get a great bump out of the way. Falls in front of the net. Jockstrap can't find it. Somebody needs to take charge here for the Aerials. It's Pink Boy Blue. Can Mischief and Kid have some support? Kid with a great touch, forcing a double commit out from the Vipers. But unfortunately, they lose control of the ball. Climb One gonna lob it on net, looking for another play, but he will smartly retreat. Here comes Jockstrap. The hatch will be denied, though, as he has to retreat with 30 seconds left.
Now with the Vipers in a slim lead, any sort of side control is going to be the winning ticket for them. Jockstrap unable to deny the clear there. That's going to be huge and crucial. 10 seconds left for the Aerials to try to make something happen, but a great play by Bagel, as well as Climb following it up, is going to drive it back up the field, cementing the win. Oh, is he going to play it around 1-2, just off the left post, but still maintaining the overall goal of winding down the timer, and the Vipers win that one 2-0 and push themselves to the top of the Group B standings. Their weeks of improvement are really starting to show for this team. Well, Fish, if you have seen that last round, if that last round was anything to go by, you can see how going it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. We just saw that by that wonderful performance from the Vipers. You can see how far they have improved over the past few weeks. Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I'd like to do a shout out to Coach Jake, and if you are watching and haven't checked out the Esports Tower clubs, you should. It's the fast track to rank up. I will say, just as a side, I almost think that the team names should have probably been swapped there, because it seemed like the Vipers were more adept at those great aerial dribbles. If your team is going to be named the Aerials, then get your aerial dribbling skills underway. Yeah,
the Aerials is always a risky team name, because as you said, sometimes the other players might be like, well, we're really the Aerials. You're gonna show you. So I agree. I think the Vipers, again, we talked about this at the start of the show. I think the Esports Tower has done a really good job of taking teams that aren't the Barracudas and aren't the Ghosts and giving them extra coaching, maybe swapping up the roster, trying to make things work, and then they come back and they look as strong as the Vipers did, though. I don't think we want to discredit the Aerials' play. Game one, a little lackluster. I thought their defense was really strong. Offensively, they struggled to find anything, but that was a game till the final moments. They had a couple of great opportunities. I think if they keep working on that communication, I did see a couple of double commits that cost them on what would have been potential game-tying goals. This Aerials team feels like another one of those teams in the Esports Tower that, with some extra coaching, they could easily challenge the Vipers, and who knows who else.
Well, we will be ready to continue the group stages after this quick break. We'll see how the bracket stage shakes up. So we will continue our coverage of the part one of week 4 for the Esports Tower Rumble right after this.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble, broadcasting from the Boise State Game Pans Esports Arena. Week 4 of the group stage is in full swing, and now we get to the big name on the field. Milford High is looking to defend its crown from last week. But before we get to that matchup, we want to take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower club members who have graduated from clubs and have been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower club members have earned over $1.2 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. The players that receive these scholarships are talented, hardworking, and driven, and we could not be more excited and proud to see all of the opportunities these players are giving. Just as a quick recap, I'm still your host, Jacob Jem Palmer, joined by Michael Fish Fisher, and great job to Valorant taking the lion's share of that. We go past all the games and then like 60% of the scholarships in a Valorant. So
well, Valorant has the advantage that not a lot of schools had Valorant teams when it came in. A lot of Overwatch had teams. So I will say that. I will say, I mean, we talked about other teams because I mean we're at Rocket League right now, but the Overwatch, the smaller number, but we saw them for the first time. I hadn't actually seen an esports tower Overwatch. We did see it yesterday. Those players are pretty good, and I would not expect that number to stay as small as it is for that long. So honestly, Rocket League, Valorant, Overwatch, esports tower, it's all a ton of fun. But again, we get our cream of the crop. That Milford High, they won last week's Top Seed Cup. They took down the Barracudas in an absolutely awesome 7-game series. I think it ended up going 6 games. It was absolute pandemonium. So I'm excited to see how the team that's going to take them on from the esports tower, how they're going to do against Milford this week, because this will be a very good test to see where you rank up against the Barracudas and the Ghosts if you're looking to be the best team in the esports tower.
Well, not necessarily that Milford High needs this advice, but we are going to offer it to all the teams nonetheless. It is Doc's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Esports Tower. Create mistakes, punish the overcommit, and don't overstay. Bump and demo to disrupt as well. That's brought to you by esportstower.com. You can score pro advice at esportstower.com. You can prove your game sense, prove your team play, prove your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. All right, we are going to just head into a premiere match here. This is going to be our next premiere match. This is the Eagles versus the Crazy Cats. Best of 3 series. The Crazy Cats roster consists of 2 members from the Lynx, Crayon, and Crazy, who we know compete at an extremely high level in these events. The Eagles dropped their first series of the night to Galaxy. They're looking to turn it around right here in this series, and they're going to start that with their first goal.
Yeah, Wild's going to put them on the board. I think the player you want to watch out for on the Eagles, though, is going to be GA Baby. We saw them a ton last week. Now going to be on a new team. Very curious to see how this Eagles team will perform. Is right now, it is a hot start for them. They get their second goal in 22 seconds, and it looks like Thrift now on the board as well.
Wild Z has been improving a lot in the last few weeks, and due to his decision-making in the game, he is always making smart decisions and is having a great influence on the rest of the players, including Thrift, who gets his second. We already have 3 goals in less than 30 seconds. Eagles making quite a statement. I'm going to get another one. Okay, this is going to be turbulent.
Wow. Thrift already has a hat trick. We're not even 29 seconds into the game.
Half-minute hat trick.
That is wild, but finally off the kickoff, we see some life here from Crazy Cat's team. Wild's going to lob it down on net, not quite able to find it. Oh, they can't sneak that one in either, though. The Eagles looking to maybe have to defend a little bit, but uh-oh. Oh, that's a great defense there by Crazy Cat's team.
1 minute has passed thus far in this match. Driving around the corner, Crazy Cat looking to make the play. They're going to find their first with some great teamwork there, centering it up for Crayon, who gets the first goal for Crazy Cat.
Great job by Cran. I mean, Cran, another one of the players we saw a little bit of. We get a huge lob on net. It is saved, though. Follow-up attempt here from the Eagles, but they just kind of miss on the ball. Thrift, though, will be denied by the crossbar. Maybe the only thing that can stop Thrift in his goal-scoring rampage here in Game 1.
Crazy Cat still playing defense. Juice is going to chase that, driving it up the field, setting it up for Crayon in the middle, unable for that play to materialize, and now the clear comes back forward from the Eagles. Oh, Wilds there was looking for it. They might have rotated up a little too far. They're having to go back very quick here. That was just a little bit too close. No, it is going to be scored by Crazy Cat.
I don't know if Crazy Cat would have been able to, as a team, I don't know if they would have been able to really live with themselves had they missed that opportunity. So great job by Cran pushing forward. And now the Eagles They get a little bit too overconfident with this big lead. Have another huge clear go down, but a demo just in the corner of our screen is going to slow things down. Allow Thrift for a great pass over to GA Baby, who plays the rebound, sets it up perfectly for a teammate. Oh, but the passing just a little bit too much for the Eagles there. They're kind of lose possession of the ball.
Heads off to the corner. Crazy Cat there. Riff just unable to gain control of that in midair. Just goes right into Crayon there. That's the...
What?
Wow, I really wasn't expecting that. I was assuming once Crayon just kind of, once Thrift bumped into Crayon, I was thinking he was going to be out of it for a few seconds, but apparently I was wrong. He recovered very quickly.
The Cran now has our second hat trick of this game. Was just recently promoted to the Division I of the Esports Tower Clubs, and really showing in this Rumble in particular that he can compete with the top teams. Cran, a very strong player. See what else he's able to do for Crazy Cat's team, who's looking to come back from an early 4-0 hole. But Wilds has other ideals, lobs it to GA Baby, but a nice intercept on that pass. Gonna force a reset now. It's all up to Wilds. This Crazy Cat's team looking to dribble it down. It is Juice who sneaks it past one. But GA Baby with the in-goal save.
And speaking of Juice, we know Crayon, we know Crazy Cat, we know they're very talented players, but Juice is joined by an outside third this week. We hear that Juice is a very talented player in their own right, so we'll see how that works out for the rest of this match. It's turned into a very exciting one, though, off of what was 4 goals scored in less than a minute at the start. Crazy Cat has been slowly but surely rallying back, but that might be the momentum the Eagles were looking for.
Still plenty of time left. Thrift getting another one. 4 goals, 6 shots. Thrift put in work, but he cheats on the kickoff and gets burned. Luckily, GA Baby able to make a fantastic save. And now the Eagles looking to add what would really be the momentum killer, but they're not able to find it. Another chance here, just got to get lobbed away by Crazy Cat.
Here go the Eagles. Thrift is actually just going to wait for Wilds to pick it up. He's able to steal the corner boost away, so it's leaving Crazy Cats with just a little less boost to work with. As Thrift drives it around the corners, looking to center it up for GA Baby, but that's not J-Baby, but that isn't going to work. Wilds, though, with a great follow-up, isn't going to find it, and they rotate it up too far. Oh, that gives Crazy Cat the opportunity.
I think that even might have hit off the front bumper of, I believe that was Thrift. Of course, won't get credited for the own goal, but might have just been trying to clear that ball, couldn't quite get high enough for it. And now we got ourselves a game here, Jim, as we get a huge clear down, 40 seconds left. Juice with a nice touch. Just Crazy Cat, the namesake of the team, have a play in them. For now, they'll have to retreat. The ball going to get dribbled upfield by Cran. Crazy Cat gets a touch. Scary spot to beat. Juice clears it away. Wild's now going to elevate, look for one more chance, get a demo in front of the net. Can they waterfall it in? The answer is no, and we've got 20 seconds left for an attempt.
Ooh, that was some great play there. I think that's Thrift yet again with the 5th goal there. There goes Crayon getting the better of that initial kickoff. There goes Wilds, trying to drive it off the backboard again, off the crossbar. Follow-up isn't going to head in, but they want to fully try to just go on all in on trying to get that goal. Not that's going to make a difference. They have already won 6 goals to 4. The Eagles get the early lead in this series, but I don't know if you can really count out Crazy Cat, especially since it just seemed like maybe they just needed to get used to the kickoffs from the Eagles there. Once Crazy Cat had found a way just to not get immediately scored off the kickoff, it was very evenly matched. I would dare say, if we don't count those 4 kickoffs, the rest of the game, Crazy Cats had more goals. And I'm not saying that those goals from the Eagles don't matter, but it was just kind of such a fluke that they were being scored one after the other. Once Crazy Cats got used to that, I think that they were able to prove themselves to be a very formidable team.
Yeah, I mean, really it was kind of the tale of the 2 solo play. I mean, Thrift ended up with 5 goals. Cran ended up with 3. So I'll be curious. I think, as you said, once Crazy Cat figured out the kickoffs, the goals really died down. But I think the real microscope has got to be on the other members. I mean, Crazy Cat themselves, kind of the namesake of the team. Juice, I know GA Baby as well for the Eagles. what can those players do to kind of complement what Thrift and Cran have been doing, popping off every single week? I mean, and we know Crazy Cat and Cran have been together for a while. They've been competing on the Swerve. Last 2 Rumbles, they placed top 4 in both of those events, so it's a very solid core for the Crazy Cat team. I would expect them to at least maybe challenge in Game 2, maybe force this to a Game 3. It's hard to say, as you said. Outside of those 30 seconds, Crazy Cats, I think, ended up winning the goals 4-2, but you got to play a full 5 minutes. You can't just play 4.5 minutes and call it good, Jem. I'm very curious, though. I think GA Baby and Crazy Cat in particular, both of them didn't have a lot of impact in goal scoring. What can they do in this game in particular to kind of help their teams get back in this series, or maybe close out the series if you're GA Baby and the Eagles?
GA Baby, Jababy was entered into the Eagles just last week, so it's interesting because I know that Jababy has played with Crayon on the same team in the past, so the equivalent of all those players being traded around and now they meet on opposite teams. So a little bit of a history between some of the players here. Right now it's going to be CZC trying to drive it in. Juice driving it off to the side, unable to find the goal there, and that's going to be the Eagles' opportunity with Thrift driving it up. You're going to want to really try to watch him with the soccer ball because he's the main goal scorer for the Eagles.
Oh, Baby with a lob on the net, not able to find it. It'll get a bit of an awkward double commit from Wild to Jababy. Ball still in front of the Crazy Cat net, though. Now the Eagles will look to re-center. They've got a member charging in, but that play was so telegraphed they left the net wide open. And it's Juice who strikes first here in Game 2.
Great start for the Crazy Cats with Juice, the new player, making really huge statements. Going to try with Crayon to drive around the corner, maybe try to flick it into the goal there, but wasn't able to do it. Now the Eagles are still playing defense here, looking for their clear.
Ooh, nice touch by Thrift. Turned away though by Crazy Cat. Oh, nice challenge there by Wilds, and ooh, I think Thrift wanted that pass over to Wilds, not able to get it. Wilds now looking to carry it up solo, but it will be turned away, and Crazy Cat looks to build their lead.
There go Wilds. Going to be letting it drop down. Juice takes control. Going to be following with the air dribble right towards the goal. He's just going to score it right by himself.
Juice with the monster play. The coast-to-coast air dribble, my goodness. What a spectacular play from Juice. Has Crazy Cat with a 2-0 lead, but that ball takes an awkward hop. Luckily able to recover in time, get it in the hands of their playmaker, Juice, who scored all the goals this game. Now looking to get a pass from CZC. CZC ended up going to take it themselves. It's stolen away by Thrift, who's looking to make a play.
Unable to make the play there. Crayon driving it back to midfield. Takes up a bit of boost, but the goal is wide open there. Unfortunate mispositioning there. That's going to be credited over to the Eagles, specifically Wilds with the first goal. Crazy Cat still has a lead, but it is not as comfortable for them now. Oh, well, they're just going to get their 2-goal lead back.
The Eagles have really been struggling with just getting players back in rotation, and they've been working on holding possession and not just booming the ball to the other side, and I think that's kind of costing them because they're used to just booming the ball, so the moment they lose possession, there's nobody back in the net. So gonna hope to see them work on that consistency, but their goal-scoring prowess nearly unmatched. Unfortunately, I think Thrift ended up in an awkward spot and saved what would have been a great goal for his team. Jababy looking to add one in, but it's just wide of the net on the follow-up from Thrift.
Ooh, nice play around CZC there. It's just going to leave the goal open. Crayon there with the great hero play. Now going to air dribble it all the way by himself into the goal. That's number 4 for Crazy Cat.
And once again, I mean, all 3 of those 4 goals have looked the same. They feel like deja vu. It's just a long air dribble, length of the field as we get a great lob here from Wilds. And there's just nobody home in the net for the Eagles. Defensively, they just need to work on those rotations. You cannot give away this many free goals.
Whoa, look at that. Look at that quick maneuvering there on that dribble from Juice. They're going to have to play a little bit of defense right now. It seems like once they were able to look at Wilds there with another play off the crossbar, not going to be counted as a goal. Some great news for Crazy Cat. It seemed to me once they're able to keep if they keep the soccer ball away from Thrift off of the kickoff, they were good. They had everything they needed in game one. It was just that really unfortunate series of initial kickoffs that put them at such a disadvantage. They almost overcame that goal deficit, but weren't able to do it. And look at here, again, this great dribble. Right past, I thought that was going to be past Wilds, but Wilds with the save there, push it off to the side.
Minute left here for the Eagles. I mean, we know they can score goals in bunches, and especially with their kickoff prowess, that can snowball, but their defense leaves a lot to be desired as they have another wide open net, this time only saved by the crossbar. Thrift, though, able to get a huge lob down to the other side. Wilds in chase, but it's going to be stopped there by Juice. Now CZC looking to carry it up the field. The back pass to Juice, stopped, though, on the demo. 30 seconds left, and the Eagles just simply running out of time.
Yeah, I don't really think there's enough time right now for the Eagles to score 3 here. Rick is going to try to make something happen. Juice is waiting for the defense. It's going to be Jababy. Oh, with a nice shot there. Just a very shaky save by Juice, but it's a save nonetheless. He'll take that any day of the week. He's able to play it around. Look at this, though, right toward the goal again. The demo on to Thrift. Ooh, they aren't able to score their 5th. But that kind of interference was more than enough for them to win in game number 2. Now we are going to go on to number 3, tied between both teams. I almost wonder if the Eagles, it almost seems like their name should be the Glass Cannons, if you will, because they're able to score these incredible offensive drives, just getting goal after goal after goal. But if you're able to kind of survive that initial onslaught, their defense, they've been leaving the goal open just too many times, and Crazy Cats have been capitalizing on that.
100%. I mean, the Eagles really feel like a team that subscribes to the theory that the best defense is a good offense, because they had so many opportunities in game 2 that hit off the crossbar that were just a little bit wide, that if those go in, we don't talk about their defensive miscues. But unfortunately, when you're not finding the back of the net, your defense is going to be a glaring issue for the Eagles. They need to figure things out. I think Glass Cannon, as you said, Jem, is a perfect description. They can set up beautiful goals. Offensively, they look phenomenal. Then they get to the defensive side of the ball, and they're chasing. We talked about them trying to work on just holding possession instead of just booming clears, but maybe they just need to boom clears, because their goal has been left open so much. I mean, that could have easily been a 1-goal game if it was just a little bit better rotations from the Eagles. So if the Eagles don't get out to a fast start and you're a fan of the Eagles, you got to be very, very concerned, because, you know, they don't have the defense to keep them in games as they start to fall behind.
Well, let's head into game number 3 to see who gets the overall victory here, Eagles or Crazy Cats. Right off the bat, Crazy Cats winning any sort of kickoff is good news for them, and some great defense by Crayon. It's going to stop their initial drive. Wilds is going to try again, but Crayon yet again being a great defense for Crazy Cat, giving them the opportunity. It's only Jababy defending right now. If one of the members can disrupt him, that's going to be great news, leaving that goal wide open. Right now it looks like the Eagles are going to get demoed on. Actually, that's going to give Crazy Cats a little bit of time to think of their next move.
Ooh, nice steal there from Wilds away from Juice. Riff going to pop it up in the air. We're kind of quiet in game 2, but we haven't really seen anything from GA Baby yet. And as I say that, they just barely missed what would have been the first goal of this game. Crazy Cats defense starting to break down. One more chance here, but it gets stolen away. And now the Eagles got to do their least favorite thing. That's play some defense, Jim.
Great job by Jababy there. Is just going to get clear right off the bat. As soon as they can just get that clear and go back into offense, that is where their strength is. There goes Juice, though, is going to be going right around Wilds. Rip there takes possession, is going to be working on that air dribble there to push it with the demo. It's going to score it.
Eagles have fantastic use of the demo. Great job getting back out to that 1-0 lead. Now the question is, of course, Jim, can they score again? Because they probably need 3 or 4 goals to be able to hold on to this lead. And Wilds, just hits off the crossbar. But Thrift says, no problem, bro, I got you. And it's a 2-0 lead.
Now this is where the Crazy Cats want to stop the Avalanche right now. They need to stop this momentum, because once the Eagles start, it is very hard to stop them. That's great air dribble there. Is going to try to waterfall it down for a team member. The team member isn't there to follow up. Jababy passing it over to Thrift. A little bit of disruption from the Crazy Cats. Right now they are just still playing defense. Jababy is gonna fight there with CZC, unable to find the clear. Crayon and Juice both on defense there. They're gonna have to decide this next shot on goal from Jababy off the crossbar. Crayon sees his opening, and what an opening it is! Oh, wow. Last nanosecond.
I thought that was an easy goal for Crazy Cats. The Eagles playing with fire. Now they have a chance at a wide open net, but it's going to get turned away. OGA, baby, smart play, will retreat, has to challenge Cran. Ooh, double commit, but they make the save anyway. And the scary thing here for Crazy Cat, Jim, is we know the Eagles are so good on a kickoff, so even if you score, that could result in a goal for the Eagles right away. Speaking of goals, the Eagles get one for cross map. Who else? It's Thrift with a hat trick.
Wow. Well, once he has his hat trick back, the Eagles are back to the unstoppable force that they are. But there's still more than half time left, a little bit more than half. So Crazy Cat, if they can recover here, they are going to have an opportunity to at least even it up. They almost went back from a 4-goal deficit. So it isn't out of the question. They can make up back 3 goals. There goes Jababy there, off the crossbar, isn't going to find it. Side control has been really in favor of the Eagles thus far.
The Eagles get just so many attempts on goals every single time, while the Crazy Cat side only gets maybe 1 or 2 before the ball gets cleared away. Now we get a great opportunity, loft down by Cran. Wild with a little bit of a miss hit. Cran gonna set up off the back post. This time it's cleared away, though. CZC looking to push it in on net. Juice there as well. And Crazy Cat starting to run out of time here to make up for this 3-goal deficit. What can Juice do? Gonna carry it mid-air, drop it down off the crossbar. Is there a follow-up from anyone? The answer is no.
And they left their goal. They did. Oh! The Eagles' Achilles heel is now the Crazy Cats. Wide open goal scored there. Kickoff in favor of the, well, okay then. And what worked out for the Eagles works out for the Crazy Cats. One of those weird initial kickoff goals.
See if they can do it again. 90 seconds left here for 3 goals to be made up by the Crazy Cats. Maybe force us to an overtime, and now they've got a great opportunity. The Wild stops in that midfield as the last line of defense. Jababy gonna elevate, looking to set up Thrift for another great goal-scoring opportunity, but not able to find the back of the net. Now it's Juice's turn. We know what they want to do with it. They want to air dribble at the length of the field, but Jababy just gets in the way.
Now CZC isn't able to score a goal there. Just 1 minute left. If the Eagles can just maintain possession of the ball and run out that timer, they have a winning strategy here.
Got to play some defense, though. It's a scary spot to be.
I mean, they really have. They have improved, though. I haven't seen a lot better defensive rotations, and I haven't really seen many. I think there was one time when they left the goal wide open, and Crazy Cats weren't able to capitalize on that. So bringing it down to just one instance of that is a huge improvement. They saw where they needed to improve. They did, and it looks like they're going to win because of it.
30 seconds left here. I would agree, Jem. I don't know if the Crazy Cat side is going to be able to get some goals, especially when Jababy gets on the board. First goal all series. Probably the one that guarantees the Eagles will come out on top, especially with this kickoff not just rolling into the goal like we saw the lone goal do for the Crazy Cat side this series. So a great series between both these teams. This final game a bit more of a blowout, but really the Eagles, great job kind of figuring things out, learning what you needed to do, and improving on your defense in those snap 60 seconds between games.
Now the timer ticks down. That is going to do it for this series. It was an extremely close series, but the Eagles showed off their strength and took home the series 2-1 in game number 3. Congratulations to them. And if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and producers, then you should join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with their featured Rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Well, we will take a short break and be back with our final Cup Group Stage game of the night. We have been playing up the big kid on the block, and we will see if the new stars of the show are going to be able to maintain their crown. It's going to be Milford High. So we'll see how that all shakes up right after this break, but please stay tuned for the conclusion.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble, broadcasting to you from the Boise State Game Pans Esports Arena. It's time for our final group stage games in Week 4 to see how these teams will shake up our cup matches next week. I'm still your host, Jacob Jem Palmer, joined by Michael Fish Fisher, and this is the point where there are big names all around. These are the teams that we have been waiting to see. We've got the Mammoths, we've got the Vipers, we've got Milford High. It is going to be so exciting to see how these top-tier teams fight against each other.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how the Vipers do. We've seen a little bit of them here and there. This looks like a very strong team. And then, of course, Milford High, the team we were talking about before, they ended up claiming our top cup game of the night last week. See if they can defend that title. It was a crazy game against the Barracudas last week, who we don't have in it. Be curious to see. I think they're taking on the Galaxies, I believe, in this match that's coming up. So we haven't got to see the Galaxies so far, so I'm very excited to see how that team does as well. So we've got some jam-packed games here to wrap up our Week 4 Rumble and kind of see where we're going to be heading into next week.
Well, before we get into that match of Milford High versus the Galaxies, we are going to highlight the Mammoths versus the Vipers. In the round 3 matchup, both these two teams are 2-0 in the group stage and are looking to remain undefeated and claim the number 1 ranking. The match right here will decide who tops the group and will be moving to the Cups as the first seed.
Well, we see already the Vipers strike early. It has been a night of early goals. But right off the kickoff, the Mammoth score, we've got a 1-1 game, and we're not even 14 seconds into it, Jeff.
It's much like the game before we... Okay. Woo, Jockstrot giving us a little bit of time to catch our breath. Protato there, which, as a proud Idahoan, I got to say that's the best gamer tag I have ever seen. Protato on the side of the Mammoths, and the Mammoths have had more time together as a roster and have spent that time improving their team play, trying to feel confident together going into this week. But meanwhile, the Vipers, we have a Rule 1 in the goal itself.
Oh, this is going to be very interesting. Oh, looks like we might have a player who retreated into the goal to help them out. We did.
Okay.
Climb One drove into the goal to break things up. At least it appeared to be that way. We saw Climb One kind of peel off, race into the goal. That is an acceptable way to break a Rule 1, by the way. If you do want to have a teammate, which is a very risky proposition, ball on your own side, Jem. It's already 2v2. You have your second member go back into the goal to help you. That is a crazy play for the Vipers, and it somehow worked out for them.
Yeah, I think maybe the mentality was a Rule 1 in the goal itself might just be a little bit too much for us to deal with right now. Seems like all the teams are just, teammates are bunched up in front of this goal, though. There isn't a lot of spread out going on. Now as they play it past Hodgebear there, past Protato again, they still aren't able to get the clear. I don't know if all these cars are stuck in first gear or what, but it just seemed really odd there with all that bunching up in the past few seconds.
Yeah, I'm shocked that the Vipers have struggled to clear this away. Finally, as I say that, Jockstraw with a blast to the other side. But I thought the Vipers would come in and maybe dominate this game from what we've seen, but I feel like the Mammoths have been the better team so far. Jockstrot now in a 1v1 here, has to make a great play. Ball centered in front of the net, but it's a bit high. Redirected, rebound, and it's the crossbar that makes the save in the end of the day.
Well, the Vipers have been working on being able to control their touches in order to be able to get off a pass or solo play. They have shown the improvements that they have made tonight. Both of these teams have showed what practice and dedication can do for teams over the course of a few weeks. Both these teams have fixed a lot of mistakes and are looking for an undefeated night. And right now, it's going to look like Mammoths are on their way more to an undefeated night so far.
And the Mammoths have just been in complete control of this series from the games we've seen. This ball has been on the blue side a ton. They've had so many more chances. The fact that it's 2-1 does speak volumes to the defense of the Vipers. As we see here now, the Mammoths looking to add to that lead. Jockstrot, though, going to try and clear that one away. Great touch to get that ball down to the corner. Protato got to choose his spot wisely. Will pop it up in the air. Stolen away by Jockstrot, though, but a great defensive save for the Mammoths.
There goes Jockstrot trying to set it up. It's going to be a shot right off the crossbar. Down in front of the goal. Isn't able to find it. Hodgebear, though, is trying to push it up the field. Is going to be able to do it with help from Ender here. Now Protato waiting in the back. Picks up the full boost. Steals it away from Climb One. A great save there. Stopping the Vipers from equalizing this.
Ball does get cleared down to the Mammoth side. Hear a demo go off. Didn't quite see who it was on. But the Vipers looking to tie this up in the last 90 seconds. Jockstrot got to make a defensive play. Clear this ball away from in front of his own net. It's going to land right in the hands, though, of a member of the Mammoths. Follow up there for Protato. Not going to be able to land. One more chance for Ender. And it ends up going in. And the Mammoths build their lead.
Well, now they have a little bit of breathing room. Kickoff is going to go in favor of Jockstrot. Stopped by Protato in the corner after he picks up his boost. I do have to say, this skin right here that we're seeing right there, I'm surprised not one of the members of the Gators used it, because that skin, it's the most that looks like it would fit for the Gators as a team.
It does give off those gator, crocodile, whatever you want to call them, vibes. I know there's a difference. I'm sure Twitch chat is blowing me up. One lives in freshwater, blah, 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 whatever. But I agree with you. It does get off the most gatory vibe. Right now, though.
I don't want to be near either of them.
No, same. I will avoid both of them.
That's the common denominator that's the most important to me.
And they both, they've been around for a while, much like the Mammoths trying to come back from extinction here with a nice win. Unfortunately, the Vipers just not able to make a play. A great clear down there. Final 30 seconds. The Mammoths have played a great game so far, and it looks like they're going to come out on top in this game.
Yeah, with only 20 seconds left, it's not out of the realm of possibility for the Vipers, but one goal would have to be scored before that timer hits 10. And not going to happen there, so we do get the confirmation there. The Mammoths indeed have won that night and finished the night with an undefeated record, and they finish at the top of Group B. The improvements of this team cannot be understated, as they have worked so hard to get to this level. Now we get to the big one. Milford High. I mean, I had to solo cast the last game of their last week's fight with the Barracudas. oh my goodness, the Barracudas being such a team that we have known for so long, over so many weeks, for them to just be completely bowled over by this new team. And still Patty for Milford High, number 19 ranked in North America. This is just, they have completely demolished any sort of meta that we have known in Esports Tower. They are just the new top of the meta tier 0.
Well, I'll have to see. I mean, even though I think it was a 4-0 sweep in our final cup game last week, there were chances for the Barracudas. I know one game in particular, they had like a 3-1 lead, 45 seconds left, and then somehow Milford scores like 5 goals in those 45 seconds. So you're right. They have blown the doors off it, but we are going to see a team that we also haven't seen. So they're kind of a wild card here. It's going to be the Galaxy, one of those teams, as we talked about, who've been in the Esports Tower. They're maybe on their trial run here. We'll see if they can give Milford a run for their money, because right now, Milford's starting to slot in what we've seen from teams in the past, never losing. I believe undefeated in Esports Tower games is Milford High right now. We will see if that will remain the case here in our final match of the night.
Our final premier match of the night. It is a good one. Milford High School taking on the Esports Tower Galaxy in a shootout for the top of Group A. Both of these teams have shown to be incredibly strong and are both undefeated heading into their final match. Milford went undefeated in the Rumble last week and is looking to repeat those wins this week. Who will be at the top of Group A? Let's find out right now.
See what the Galaxy can do right now. It is all Milford High side control. Ball with a great pass, but a huge steal there. Now the ball's going to be set on the orange side. We'll see how long the Galaxy can keep this one away from Milford High. They do just a great job of that, clearing it all the way back down to the blue side. Going to take an early shot on net. Double, triple tap, but it gets cleared away.
Well, here's a little bit more of an info on the Galaxy, this new wild card team. They have Enzo from the Ghosts and 2 high school players from outside the Esports Tower clubs. Those players are Parson and DJ, who are incredibly talented. So we'll see how this new trial team can do, but they're going to have their work cut out for them as Milford High gets the first win, gets the first goal there. Mad March is going to be credited with that. Also, shout out to Patty, who is embracing the October spirit.
Paranormal Patty, as you mentioned, embracing the spookiness as we get closer and closer. But right now, it's Tragic, who also had themselves a great series. Oh, but the crossbar denies it. Milford, though, will finish it up with another goal, and they'll build their lead to 2.
That's one toward Tragic. Patty there in the kickoff. It's just going to actually be DJ, who was looking to cheat that out, is actually going to run right into Mad March to try to disrupt him, but the follow-up just isn't strong enough from the Galaxy. It's going to allow Patty to clear it up with help from Tragic, and an unfortunate tap there by DJ is going to direct it right into the goal.
One thing that we need to watch out for, particularly in Enzo's case, that we've been told that after last week's performance mentioned on this Ghost team, realized that they need to slow down, be more patient, that being overly aggressive was costing them some games. That's something Enzo's working hard on, I'm sure, coaching this team of Parsons and DJ. Hey, let's take it slow. Let's not be aggressive. If we get aggressive down 3-0, things like that could happen where you get a wide open shot and it is turned away. If they take it slow, this 3-0 lead can easily be chunked down, and we get a great midfield carry, but it is going to be stopped right in front of the net.
There goes Patty. Great shot off of the crossbar. I don't know if that could have been, I don't know if I want to call that perfectly aimed or just barely enough aimed. So it's a goal nonetheless. There goes Mad March with a great cheat out toward the goal there with help from the rest of the members of Milford High. Patty there with the goal, driving it to 5-0.
Milford High looking on another level right now. Everybody's scoring. I want to see what this Galaxy team can do, though, in the next 2.5 minutes. I don't know if they'll be able to come back and win, but if they can make some plays, maybe chip away at this lead, give themselves some building blocks for success. But right now, you get a solo carry on net. It's turned away easily by Milford High, and now they've got to reset.
Runs right into Patty in midair. Going to be taken control up by the Galaxy. Still drives it around the corner. Mad March there. Nice try at a clear. It's going to be given to Tragic here. Around the corner, still unable to find the clear. Enzo, great shot on goal. It's one of the players from the Ghosts doing a great job.
slowly start to chip away at this lead. We'll see how this kickoff goes. I think Milford's done a great job cheating up on kickoffs. They get another one here from Mad Marsh. A huge pass down to Tragic. Patty, though, can't find it. Now they've overextended. It's a wide open net. We talked about Enzo realizing you can't play too aggressive. Well, this time Milford gets caught, and Galaxy slowly start to sneak back in this game.
This is what you were talking about earlier, Fish. Kind of slow and steady is going to be the ticket for Galaxy here as they drive it back up toward Milford High's goal. Nice little tap there over to Parson. Isn't able to center it up quite enough, and Patty with a great air dribble, triple tap in the air. Just going to be a little bit too far to the left for a goal. A great clear nonetheless. Here we go, though, with Galaxy's counterattack. It's going to be up to DJ there, stopped by Mad Marsh. Now Milford High back in possession.
Milford High's been a bit aggressive as Patty gets a great shot on net. It isn't turned away. Don't know if that's just because they're holding a 3-goal lead or what, but there are opportunities for the Galaxy to strike. Like right now, they get a misplay from Marsh, but Tragic able to clear that one away. Ball gets centered right to the middle of the field, but unfortunately for the Galaxies, there are nobody in the area. And that's going to allow Milford High to just take possession. Look for a clear here. Is now going to be dribbled up the field by Enzo, looking for a tap off the wall, maybe to a teammate. I don't think Parsons was ready for that one, though.
Around the corner here, stopped by DJ. There goes Patty. Actually, no, Mad Marsh got a little bit of a tap on that. Right now, all they have to do is make sure that it's in the Galaxy's territory. Tragic does just that, stopping that clear from going through. Looks like Milford High is taking much more of a passive stance during these final 30 seconds.
Milford just trying to hold on to this lead. Never a bad play, but you got to make sure you don't play to not lose. That has cost teams in the past. Got to keep the pedal to the metal, no pun intended, as we see here. Final 20 seconds. Galaxy starting to run out of time. Maybe looking for one more goal to at least get a 5-3 score line, but Milford will deny that. We'll see if either team can score in the final 10 seconds. Give the tally over to Milford. What a fantastic game, number one. Took control early, never let up. At the end of the day, though, the Galaxy will add one more on the board as a nice feel-good send-off.
And I do have to think that even if the Galaxy doesn't win this match, the one thing that would be kind of nice if they were the ones to be able to say, you know what, we were the team that at least gave them the first loss, you know, at least started the tally in the L column for Milford High. Because, you know, Milford High as a team, the number one thing they wanted to improve on is just having more tournament experience. You know, they think that a lot of their, you know, their core gameplay is good. They just want to have more experience fighting in these sort of tournaments. So to be able to at least put a little bit of a mark onto their unblemished record would be great for the Galaxies.
And the Galaxy looked, I mean, we talked about this earlier in our game where we saw, you know, the team jump out to an early 4-0 lead, and then the Crazy Cats ended up outscoring them in the second half of the game. That was the case here. Milford had a 5-0 lead. Then the Galaxy scored the last 3 goals. So there are some bright spots here for the Galaxy. I just think it really is going to come down to slowing things down, being a bit more patient. I think some of those goals were scored off of Milford, maybe being the aggressor with a 4-goal or a 5-goal lead. So maybe Milford just needs to make sure, if they really want to make sure they end up winning games solidly, they don't allow teams back in. But I think the Galaxies have some bright spots. I mean, we know this is a talented team. Of course, Enzo on the Ghost, the Supersonic Legends, sort of secret concoction for the Esports Tower. Haven't seen too much from Parsons and DJ. Would love to see them get involved, and maybe, as you said, put that blemish on the Milford High record. We'll see what's going to happen, though. Milford High's on match point. What could be our last game of the night?
Well, here we go. Galaxies have to drive this to a game 3, start some sort of reverse sweep. We'll see if they can rise to the challenge. Carson getting the better of that kickoff. It's a good way to start, but Patty quickly gaining control of the ball again. Enzo being enough of a deterrent, though, to stop Patty's drive. Now there goes Enzo. He's going to be fighting with Tragic. Actually drives up around the ball, and there's a great disruption there from Milford High.
You bump Patty off the ball to the Galaxies. We get a demo near midfield. That's going to make it a one-on-one for Enzo and Tragic here. Can't quite score. The respawn comes through. Unfortunately, the Galaxy not able to capitalize.
There goes Carson, grounded by Tragic. Drives around the corner of the field. Drives it to midfield where a great little redirect by Patty there toward the goal. Follow-up. Oh, that was so close.
Parsons making his name known on the other side of the field. And DJ gets it in. Talk about a turn of events. Parson with the insane save. DJ with the cross-map goal, I think, from midfield. But just like that, the Galaxies have the lead, and they're looking to add to it. Parsons' shot goes high. They miss the clear. And Enzo has the Galaxies in front 2-0.
Wow, what a quick turn of events here. His next face-off there in favor of DJ, who did a great job cheating and then just runs right into Patty. Maybe they know if they can take Patty out of the equation, Milford High's star player, and they can score some great goals there. Look at that play, though. They are just going absolutely ballistic. They have completely turned the side control around for the second game.
Still plenty of time left, though, and you know a team like Milford High can put up goals in bunches. We saw it last week against the Barracudas. So the Galaxies need to put a couple more in for me to feel comfortable. As we see there, Parson with a great dunk over Patty. Oh, the crossbar. It picks no sides, makes a fantastic save. Last chance, turned away by Tragic.
Ooh, and a bit of a 50-50 there is just going to keep the ball rolling slowly over to the Galaxy's goal. There goes Enzo there, looking for the clear off the wall. It's going to be stopped there. They're going to try to waterfall it. Great read, though, by DJ. He is not going to let that waterfall go through. There goes Enzo and Parson in the corner, fighting with Mad Marsh. Patty there. Another great shot from midfield. Kind of Patty's specialty, if you will. Has so many accurate shots from midfield that turn into drives like this, that turn into goals eventually.
It's a fantastic goal there for the side of Milford High by Mad Marsh. They had so many attempts. I didn't know how that ball didn't go in the first time, but just a snipe right past the stripe. Makes it a 2-1 game. That's what I'm talking about. This Milford High team can score wherever, whenever. Patty, such a great catalyst, as you mentioned, Jem. Galaxy barely missed, but they don't have a follow-up. That's going to allow Mad Marsh to dribble it up the field. Ball does get stolen away. Enzo looking to set up a teammate, but Patty will just simply clear this one away.
Patty again trying to set up another drive, but great drive from Parson with DJ. Past Mad Marsh and getting the third.
Wow, I don't know how the Milford wasn't able to make that save. It looked like they were in a good position. DJ, you mentioned we've seen a lot of Enzo. We know he's very talented. What can Parsons and DJ do? And right now DJ, with 2 goals, has his team out in front of this juggernaut that is Milford High. But as I say that, an insane air dribble, and Patty rolls it in. And Milford High remains close. Excuse me, that was Mad Marsh. Must have snuck in front of Patty at the last moment.
Patty there, trying to get the better of that kickoff. It's going to go in the favor of Galaxy. Fighting with Patty. DJ now it's going to be Enzo around the corner. Stopped there by Tragic. Now Mad Marsh with the pass over to Tragic. And what a great redirect there toward the goal. They're so insane on their accuracy, Milford High.
Galaxy looking for a clear, can't find it. Tragic going to keep it alive. DJ gets it clear. Do think we heard a demo off screen that is going to open things up for the Galaxy here a little bit in the final 90 seconds. Tragic off the wall with a fantastic steal, but Enzo immediately steals it back. Patty going to launch it up in the air. Marsh with the clear down, going to have a wide open net. The ball kind of caroms up the wall. It doesn't allow for a good clean rebound attempt.
There goes Mad Marsh off in the side of the goal. Goes Enzo there with the pass over to DJ. Oh, but of course Patty's the one guarding the goal, so that isn't going to go through, but a great attempt.
Milford High is getting so many good goal-scoring attempts. It just feels like a matter of time before they score. The Galaxy really need to add another goal for any Galaxy fan to be comfortable here in the final 45 seconds. It'll start with Enzo with a great clear down over to the other side. Mad Marsh gonna miss. Patty, though, takes possession, but loses it, but does bump the member of the Galaxy out of the way. And as Tragic clears it down to the other side, there's 30 seconds left for Milford High to try and tie this game. Mad
Marsh's drive isn't successful there. Going to Patty up to Enzo, up. Oh, I thought that was lined up with the crossbar. It's just a little bit off to the right. It's setting it up again for the follow-up. And I actually think Galaxy is just going to slide right past here and actually win. Are they able? We do get the confirmation. Milford High, you are undefeated no more.
Ooh, maybe our scoreboard operator was a little bit overconfident. Wow. Well, that was nearly a crazy change of events, but as you said, Milford High's by mere inches. Our scoreboard operator's like, nah, they're not going to score. It's fine. Give it to the Galaxy, and they almost turned that around. So, I mean, the impossible undefeated streak, I think, will end, Jim. It was going to be almost unheard of to get consistent clean sweeps, especially in the cup format where it's best of sevens and maybe even best of fives. I mean, that's going to be so hard. They still haven't been beaten in a series, though, and I think that's really what the Galaxies want to focus on. You don't want to say, hey, we beat Milford High. Oh, what was the final score of the series? Oh, yeah, we lost 2-1, by the way. Like, we won game 2, but, yeah, so I agree. I think the tale of the two games, though, is very, obvious. I mean, Milford High dominated game 1. Early lead, never looked back. Galaxy had a 2-0 early lead, and I feel like, at least for me, the whole time I'm clenching my teeth. I probably have to go see my dentist after this because I probably ground down all the enamel because I'm like, can they hold on? I don't think they can hold on, and it came oh so close. So I think I still favored Milford High, but the Galaxy, they kind of show what you need to do. Get an early lead and kind of just hope that your defense is solid enough and hope that Milford doesn't get enough of chances, because it just feels like anytime Milford has a set offense, they're going to score. I mean, there are a chance 3, 4, 5 chances somebody puts it in. I mean, you just got to build like a 4-goal lead and hope you can hold on.
Well, here we go into game number 3 of this match. Milford High versus the Galaxies. Both teams tied 1-1. Who will be securing their spot as the top of Group A? We're going to find out right now.
Well, off the kickoff, we see the Galaxies already have themselves in a good position, but don't really have possession of the ball to make a punish. They do hear, it looks like I heard the demo sound off screen, but I don't think it's going to really matter in the grand scheme of things. That ball got cleared away. Patty with a fantastic block onto Parson, looking for the back pass to Enzo, which is very risky as the Galaxy now have to retreat very fast.
Parson is going to try to air dribble it there, unable to find that. Here goes Enzo along with DJ here. Nope, nothing going to materialize from that. They still need to find their clear. And they're not going to do it before Tragic scores.
They had so many opportunities in those first 35 seconds, just never were able to materialize his shot, and that's what can happen. Is off the kickoff, Tragic with another clean win. Does not have any boost, though, so it's going to make it a little bit harder as you see him kind of fall to the ground. Still somehow gets possession of it. The fact Tragic did all of that with no boost is quite impressive. But the Galaxies will get a far clear down into the corner. It's immediately launched back, though. Milford looking to add one more, but that ball just barely going to bounce over the head of one of their members.
Demo is going to be brought out there. DJ is chasing up the side of the field, trying to get some side control. Here goes Enzo. They're going to be stopped right there by Milford High. Here goes the next play. An air dribble. They aren't going to have enough boost to try to make that a goal. Patty is going to be the one to defend here in midfield. Just effortlessly steals it away and turns it into another goal drive.
Mad Marsh now looking for a pass over to his teammate. Now one more try. Mad Marsh wins the game of ping pong with the crossbar, denies the first attempt. Get Tragic 1-2, not able to find the back of the net. This ball's still hanging out on the orange side. We do finally see out of boost once again for Tragic. It does not matter, and now a long shot down from the Galaxy, not quite close enough to the net.
Parson off to the side. Mad Marsh steals it away from him. For all of the action, Galaxy has been doing a fairly good job on their defense to at least keep Milford High just to 1 goal.
Got to get some offense, though. I mean, you can have the best defense in the world, but if you can't generate shots, you're going to lose 1-0 every time. There's another great save here. But again, there's more attempts. We see the boost on the side of Milford, but the only thing that's really slowing them down. Tragic not able to make this. This is a huge opportunity for the Galaxy. The demo just careens the ball away from the net. One more chance. It's another demo, though. And great demo usage by Milford High is going to deny 1 goal scoring opportunity. Patty will come racing in and just get a huge clear.
2 minutes left. Galaxy has to make something happen here. Driving up the field, air dribble here is going to be done by Parson to push it toward the goal, but Tragic was just too locked onto that. Stopped it. There goes Patty with a great shot toward the goal, deflected by Enzo off to the corner. Now Parson with another clear is going to be racing Patty toward the goal, and he finds it.
Sometimes that's what you got to do. You just got to catch your opponent in a bad rotation. The ball just kind of rolls the length of the field. Parson has this tied with 1:40 on the clock, but Milford High is getting so many chances. The Galaxy defense has got to once again hold through this surge of shots. They do clear it away, but Tragic immediately wins it back. Now the Milford High looking to set up for a goal, and Patty turned away at the last minute. What can Mad Marsh do? He's unfortunately going to lose possession.
Well, a very close and very exciting match to end the night here. Has been much closer than I would have ever predicted. Galaxy looking at a very good possibility of actually winning this against Milford High. They just need to find one more goal. The Milford High has all the side control right now, and that's not how I want to see Galaxy staging a win here. All three members bunched up in front of the goal, all committing toward the defense there. Now here's Enzo's opportunity. Mad Marsh beats him to it, but here goes DJ. Tragic again beats him to the ball, though. It seems like any attempt here for a clear, Milford High is just too fast for Galaxy to gain much control of the ball.
Patty gonna pop that one up in the air. This is a bad place to be, and with 36 seconds left, Tragic has given Milford High the lead. Can the Galaxies regroup on this kickoff? Oh no, they tried the cheat, but the ball just kind of rolled away from them. Enzo wants to lob it down, but these demos for Milford High have been so good, so well timed. We talk about it all the time. Bump and demo to disrupt. Tragic sets it up in front of the net. Patty looking for the dagger, but he can't quite find it.
Here we go, 10 seconds left. A good chance by the Galaxy, a last chance attempt, but it's pushed off to the side by Patty. They're going to try again, though. Patty again with the save and stops the Galaxy's hopes of winning here, unless they are able to tie it up with 0 seconds left on the clock. Nope. They're not going to do that, and that is another win for Milford High. They managed to win this series, but did drop a game to Galaxy, which is the first map they have lost in 3 weeks of the Rumble. Galaxy should be happy with this performance. Only dropping 2 games out of the entire group stage will be interesting where they overall place in the overall rankings. So we'll have to see very soon here. Well, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you should join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with their featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship.
Now, we'll be very curious to see what the standings do come out for. I mean, of course, we know Milford High is going to be on the top. I would assume the Galaxies will probably be second, so we'll see what the Galaxies can do. But overall, I mean, a great job by this Galaxies team. I mean, that Game 3 was, again, nail-biting close here. As we take a look at our group play seeding, we see that Milford High on top there, the Galaxies in second. The Eagles and Crazy Cat, man, they just drew a really, really hard group. Those are 2 very talented teams. And I would love to see what they're going to do next week in our Cup games.
I'm kind of surprised that Crazy Cat's team is down in 4th because they gave such a great run at it, but overall just didn't work out for them. They're actually, I actually think that the Aerials in 4th actually makes sense too. Eagles, though, with as good as they were, you know, it's just kind of interesting that the Galaxy in their other matches overall were able to beat the Eagles.
I mean, the Galaxies look like a really good team, and we saw that against Milford. I mean, I think that Group A, from what I've seen, probably the right order, but again, that just feels like such a talented group. You could maybe, if you put, you know, Crazy Cats or the Eagles in another group, they could easily win that. So I'll be very curious to see how our Cup games go. Again, the Mammoths kind of surprised me. I thought the Vipers would dominate Group B from the early games we saw, but the Mammoths kind of easily handled them in our final highlight match we saw. So can't wait to see how the Cup games go next week. week. Milford High looks beatable. It's going to take a very, very talented Esports Tower team. I mean, I think the Ghosts, I mean, again, a third of the Ghosts did challenge them. If we see the Ghosts against them, not next week, but in a coming Rumble, that might be able to get it done. The Mammoths, potentially as the Group B winner, might draw them in our cup bracket, and that might be a very interesting series. I'd probably favor Milford, but this team looks beatable. I think there's teams in the Esports Tower that can do it, especially with the coaching they get. They're just going to need that prep. They're going to have to go in, fresh set of mind. You can't go in thinking, oh, we're the underdog. Milford's, never lost, because they definitely are beatable. The Galaxies proved that. They just need to be able to do it in a full series. They just only were able to beat them one time out of 3.
Well, now it's time that we highlight the ICCU player of the game. If they want to take the safe route, they can just do any player from Milford High.
Yeah, I mean, Tragic would probably be your pick if you are going to say, as you said, took the safe route and pick someone from them, because I think Tragic played by far the best. If you're looking for other nominees, I mean, I think Cran was absolutely spectacular. I think Thrift, though, would probably be my guy. He was absolutely phenomenal in the Eagles games, that Eagles style. I would love to see what some of the scores were for the Eagles in Milford. It's probably like 15-9, because they just score so many times. And it is actually going to be Cran who single-handedly almost willed Crazy Cat back in this absolutely wild series we saw between them and the Eagles.
Yeah, to almost make up a 4-0 deficit with less than a minute passed is no easy feat. And that is why the ICCU Player of the Game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes the team more successful, just like Idaho Central is helping members achieve financial success. Crayon is your Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Game.
Now, this Crazy Cat team, I'm very curious to see. I mean, they have such individually talented players with Cran, with Crazy Cat, with Juice, and so I really do think that is a team that could maybe make some noise going forward in future Rumbles. But unfortunately, like I said, they just drew like the group of death. I mean, the Eagles are incredibly talented. We saw the Galaxies and Milford in our final game. So, well-deserved player of the game for Cran. We'll see how the Crazy Cat team does in next week's Cups.
Well, as we prepare to close out tonight, do you have any big takeaways, Fish?
Again, I mean, this is like the third week in a row with this new format that I feel like Group A has been like absolutely loaded. I know last week Group A had like the Barracudas, it had the Ghosts, it had Milford High. I don't know what the group creators, whoever makes these groups, I don't know if they draw them out of a hat. Whoever makes Group A has just made Group A the absolutely stacked group. We had that here again today. I think the Eagles and Crazy Cats could easily be a top team in any sort of Rumble in our traditional format. I think they would be grand finalists all the time. I think they could challenge for those top cups in our second week of the format. They just drew a really hard draw. Love to see what they're going to get going forward, and I'm really curious who gets Milford next week and if they're able to give them a run for money. We just saw they're beatable. Now the question is, can you beat them more than once in a full series, especially when we go to the cup format? It's not best of threes. It's a little bit longer. That makes it even harder if you're looking to pull off an upset.
Well, congratulations to all the teams in the group stage for a great showing and some entertaining games. We'll be back next week with the Cup games on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time to see who the top teams of Week 4 will be, or the fourth Esports Tower Rumble will be, rather. We'll close out tonight with the top 5 presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team to join out there. Reach out to them at Twitch at iGuardGaming.com. That's going to be it for us tonight. Enjoy your top 5 plays.
And Crazy Cat starting to run out of time here to make up for this 3-goal deficit. What can Juice do? Gonna carry it mid-air, drop it down off the crossbar. Is there a follow-up from anyone? The answer is no.
And they left their goal. They did. Oh! The Eagles' Achilles heel.
Trying to pass it back to a teammate, but unfortunately no one is there. And now the ball back on the orange side. That one's stolen away by Mischief. Here comes Pink Boy Blue racing up with their teammate as well. On to the orange side. Mischief gonna launch a shot down right in front of the net. It's wide open. And the aerial strike first here.
Great job.
Slowly starting to chip away at this lead. We'll see how this kickoff goes. I think Milford's done a great job cheating up on kickoffs. They get another one here from Mad Marsh. A huge pass down to Tragic. Patty, though, can't find it. Now they've overextended. It's a wide open net. We talked about Enzo realizing you can't play too aggressive. Well, this time,
we hear that Juice is a very talented player. They're their own right. So we'll see how that works out for the rest of this match. It's turned into a very exciting one, though. Off of what was 4 goals scored in less than a minute at the start, Crazy Cat has been slowly but surely rallying back, but that might be the momentum the Eagles were looking for.
Good play.
He credited over to the Eagles, specifically Wilds, with the first goal. Crazy Cat still has a lead, but it is not as comfortable for them now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, they're just going to get their 2-goal lead back.
Yeah, the Eagles have really been struggling with just getting players back